Now, we're introducing a new segment here on Good Morning Cincinnati called Women's Wellness Wednesdays, but it's going to be all week this week. And our team is going to be joined by special contributor and author Reba Riley.
Yes, and we're going to discuss body, mind, and spirit and health topics to kick it off. Reba has tips all this week to help support our fitness and health goals in 2016. So Reba, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. This is so exciting.
Good to see you. Yeah. So you may remember Reba from an interview that I did with you in August, and your book Post-Traumatic Church Syndrome came out.
Right.
And it's a story, it kind of chronicles your journey with chronic illness and 30 religions before your 30th birthday. What would you say makes you an expert in mind, body, and health issues?
I paid my tuition in the college of life because I spent most of my 20s really chronically ill. And because of that, as many of our viewers have probably dealt with chronic illness, you really have to dig deep, and you have to go really deep with mind, body, spirit to get healthy again. So I spent a good 10 years really ill, often bedridden. And also during that time, I gained upwards of 80 pounds. And I am not sure exactly how many pounds it was because I wouldn't get on a scale.
Yeah.
But it was partially due to the illness, partially due to lifestyle. And so I've really gone through it health-wise.
Wow. To see the pictures,
I know quite a difference.
I am the blonde.
Yeah, yes. I mean, you hardly can recognize yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are some things you learned from overcoming the illness and also overcoming that weight and taking it off?
Well, so many things, but the first thing is that I'd want to talk to our viewers about is courage. You know, we come into the beginning of our year and we're trying to make a lot of changes, and I think a lot of times we don't give ourselves the credit that it really takes courage just to start making the changes. And so I learned about setting smart goals. Especially,
I love this. This is really
smart goals, right? Smart goals. So in order to have a SMART goal, it needs to be a few things, and we have the little acronym to help you remember. A SMART goal needs to be specific. So the idea of, you know, I want to spend more time with family and friends is great intention for the new year, but it's not going to be a SMART goal because it's not going to get you incrementally towards where you need to go.
Okay.
So what you would do is you would say, okay, I'm going to put my phone away during meal times, or I'm going to set a weekly date with someone that I love. Does that make sense?
It's specific.
Instead of saying, I want to lose weight, you say, I want to lose 10 pounds.
Correct.
By X date or something like that.
Right.
Not just a general blanket statement.
Exactly.
Okay.
And along with that, you want it to make it measurable.
Okay.
Because if you can't measure it, how do you manage it?
Right.
Right. And if you're not measuring it, how do you know if you're getting closer to your goal?
So if it's spending time with friends and family, it's what, like once a week or once a month?
Once a week, once a month, right. And if it's weight related, you know, the scale is not always the best way.
Right, I agree.
We all know that, you know. So, you know, for me, I've really focused on the clothing sizes and how your clothes feel and how you feel in your body. But yeah, you know, the scale can give you a measurement, and also, you know, the amount of calories you're taking in per day, the amount of times you're working out per week.
Now, what's the A stand for?
Attainable.
Attainable. Oh, you don't want to say I'm losing 100 pounds.
Right.
I'm going to lose 10.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You start with attainable goals, because the closer you get to a goal that you can achieve pretty quickly, you get momentum. And you want to make sure that you're giving yourself an attainable goal to set yourself up for success.
Okay, so let's move on to R.
Realistic. Right? How often have we set unrealistic goals for ourselves? Yeah. So when you set something realistic, you have to remember, like, slow changes are better than no changes. And the realistic, again, will set you up for success.
Okay, and finally the T.
The T, time bound. Okay, so you want to give yourself a finish line so that you can see where you're trying to go. So if that is weight loss, you want to give yourself, again, a realistic time frame for losing the weight. And then, you know, you have a goal to shoot for.
And you say people should set up a contract for themselves. Sign a little contract.
Yeah, a SMART goals contract, and this is a weekly contract, so we're not looking at the month, we're not looking at the year, we're saying, what am I going to do this week that is incrementally going to move me towards my goal? Okay. And we have a SMART goals contract online that people can download.
Yeah. And then you can print out the contract and sort of go along with us. Are you gonna
Yeah,
do
I'll
this?
do it. Why not?
Set this?
I
Yeah.
love the idea of writing something down because I think it makes you really take it out of your head and bring it into the real world and say, okay, I'm going to make myself accountable, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write it down.
Yep,
Yeah.
and the SMART Goals contract, I think we're all going to fill it out and come back tomorrow and talk about what our goals are.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then all week, Reba is going to be here sort of walking us through this process. We'll check in at the end of the week, but some strategies for making the resolutions and the lifestyle stick, right?
Exactly.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Reba.
Thank you for having
me. All right.
me.
You can find out more at local12.com, and she'll be back tomorrow. And we'll be right back.